Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda, and please welcome to our Operation Freedom platform, WeThePeopleProcessing.com. You know, are you tired of being threatened to be canceled just because you have a company focused on liberty and freedom? Well, worry no more, folks. WeThePeopleProcessing.com is your go-to merchant services, freedom-based company to provide business service payment solutions. We the People Processing provides their clients a cancel culture-free platform which is domestically based. They provide competitive rates, no contracts with next-day funding, a fully vetted and like-minded financial infrastructure, and full support for integrations, implementation, and e-commerce efforts. Bottom line, WeThePeopleProcessing.com focuses on defending your company's free market growth, values, and future. Check them out at www.WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Once you're on the site, enter in password Operation Freedom or call 855-499-2024. That's WeThePeopleProcessing.com. Then, when on the website, enter Operation Freedom as your password or call 855-499-2024.
Mr. President-elect,
go ahead.
Can you state
She's
categorically?
asking a question.
Mr. President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You are
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a
question.
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave versus the MSM. I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I'd like to thank you for all that you've done over the past year of networking the information we provide to your friends and families and those that you know and love. The more people we have educated with the facts, the more people we have empowered. And the more people we have empowered, the sooner we end this reign of terror by the deep state, the New World Order crowd, the thugocracy crowd, whatever you want to call it. We are available on this platform, but I have to limit what I say and how I say it. Always underneath these videos is a pinned comment that I put, and in that pinned comment is a link to the work that I do as it relates to Operation Freedom Briefing, which I used to put on this platform for years, but now I am unable to because in Operation Freedom Briefing, I go into much greater depth. It is free. It is on my website, davejanda.com. Plus, there's a tremendous amount of free content on davejanda.com you will never get from any other source or platform. I recently did an interview with the former Assistant Secretary of State, Bob Destro. That is on davejanda.com. It is about the mandates. His background. He's a law professor, and he's the former Assistant Secretary of State. The mandates about, in addition, we talk about foreign affairs, foreign policy, information about Taiwan, about Ukraine, about China, that you're never going to, Afghanistan, that you're never going to get from another platform. It is at davejanda.com. There's like a film strip area near the top of all the free interviews. One's with Peter McCullough, with Dr. Lee Merritt, with Dr. Richard Fleming. Tom Renz, one of the top attorneys fighting for your healthcare freedom. All there, plus the one with Bob Destro. I hope you'll take advantage of it, watch them, and then network them to anyone and everyone you know. Now look, I am also available at davejanda.com. You can listen live to our radio show, which airs live out of the People's Republic of Ann Arbor on Wham Talk 1600's Freedom Bunker every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern. Hit the Listen Live button, takes you to Wham streaming service, hit play, and you're with us. Great guests, great analysis. In addition, we have the subscription content, biggest bang for the buck in all the internet. Extra shows, extra content, extra guests, extra analysis, and archives to all of our shows. We hope you become part of our Freedom family. Now look, the narrative of their fear agenda using, can't say it, and using has fallen apart. Okay? It has fallen apart at the seams. So now we have to be vigilant. Just did an interview with Pat Wood this past Sunday's radio show where he says there's good headlines ahead, but people should not become complacent. They need to be more vigilant. Now look, let me give you an example. In 1993, I was working with then Senate Majority Leader Robert Dole on opposition to Hillary Care. And frankly, the truth of the matter is Bob Dole, and through his networking, was the one who actually stopped Hillary Care in its place, which would have destroyed, just as Obamacare has, the doctor-patient relationship. It would have destroyed the private practice of medicine. It would have destroyed the doctor-patient relationship. It would have destroyed everyone's healthcare freedom. Now look, when Senator Dole worked with a number of us from the front line, he valued those of us on the front line. He said, listen, you guys, you folks are taking care of people every day. You know the system. You know how it works or how it doesn't work. You know the problem. So we want to get to the solution part, but we got to stop this. And well, we did. We stopped it. And at the time, I was a very vocal advocate to saying, look, stopping this Hillary Care, which is based on the most unethical and inhumane means of cutting healthcare costs, the rationing and denying of care, is not enough. We need to have another plan to immediately put in as a very even better alternative that focuses on free market reform, that focuses on empowering patients, not insurance companies, not big pharmaceutical companies, not big medicine like the AMA. We need to put people back in charge of their health care and put the finances back in their pockets and hands, such as with, then we call them medical retirement accounts, medical IRAs, but now called HSAs, with focusing on prevention and wellness initiatives. On Operation Freedom, I've been speaking about inflation, supply chain issues, and voting with your hard-earned dollars and how to make a difference. Look, we all know over the past couple years how the globalist syndicate has done quite well. And while middle America, small and medium-sized American-made businesses have suffered while the big box stores have prospered. Many people believe, well, there's nothing you can do about it. I believe there is, folks. I believe there is. That's the good news. We need to vote with our dollars. That is how we make a difference. What if there was a better way to utilize our resources that we have earned to support small and medium-sized businesses rather than these big box stores or the globalist syndicate? Look, businesses that do not rely on cargo ships from far-off distant lands, that are American-based businesses, are the key. And that is where patriotswitch.com gives you and me the ability to help each other. Rather than continuing to give our money to the big box stores or the globalist syndicate, if you will. That's why patriotswitch.com was created, to help provide products from family-owned, American-made businesses and companies and provide it to folks like you and me. That's patriotswitch.com, patriotswitch.com. Bob Dole embraced that. Now, the Bushes didn't. No, who knew? Clintons didn't. No. Obama didn't. And frankly, Trump talked a pretty good game about it, but did some, but not a lot. But I was a strong advocate all the way back to 93 saying, look, you gotta, just taking Hillary Care out is not enough. We got to be vigilant. We got to think ahead. We got to have some, because if we don't, something's going to come. The totalitarians are going to try to put something in its place that's even worse than Hillary Care. Bob Dole supported me on that. But no one supported us. Everyone else is like, oh, come on, relax. It's good. Let's enjoy our victory for an extended period of time because, yeah, we set Hillary Care back. We're okay. No, we're not. Okay, we stopped the bleeding, but we got to solve the problem that led to the bleeding so it doesn't happen again. So it's the patient's even better, the patient being our healthcare system in this country. Everybody ignored us. Bob Dole, he had, as he was Senate Majority Leader, he said, I can't get any support. Well, why? Because big pharma and big insurance and big medicine that was supporting Hillary Care, they were against it. No, they were for it. They were some of our biggest enemies on this that we did battle with to take out. They didn't want anything in its place. They surely didn't want free market healthcare reform. And they were the ones that ultimately were behind Obamacare. And that is how Obamacare got in. In fact, what I said at the time, I did a presentation at an event in I think it was 2013. I didn't even know I was being videotaped. That was then put on YouTube, where I talked about it being the most destructive form of reform because it was based on the rationing denying of care and put bureaucrats in charge of healthcare delivery systems setting up protocols that could adversely affect the practice of medicine that would be based on science and data, that would be based on protocols that was determined by technocrats and by big pharmaceutical companies and big insurance companies and big medicine, all of those entities having no experience or value for the front line of what was occurring between doctors and patients. What we see today is a direct ramification of Obamacare. And I predicted this in 2013, which is why when Roberts made his big decision where he just created the law out of thin air, where Obamacare was, it really, about the tax business and all that kind of stuff, I said to my family, the beginning of 2014, I'm telling you right now, I know this timeline that's in Obamacare. I know what's coming. And the bottom line is, I'm out. I'm out at the end of 2016. I'm done. And I'm going to fight this battle from another perch. I have the radio show. I want to expand that platform. I have to educate and empower people on a mass scale as best I can from that platform. Because if I try to keep practicing medicine in that environment that's going to hit in January 1st, 2017, because it's written in code, in that legislation of what's going to start to transpire, I'm not going to be able to take care of patients and help people across the country and across the world about what's coming. There's something coming. As I told my family, I don't know what, but there's something coming that they want to control healthcare delivery in such a huge manner with their protocols. So I got out. I retired on January 1st, 2017. And that's why I expanded the Operation Freedom platform to try to sound the alarm. There were some people I know say, Dave, you're kind of like the Paul Revere of medicine. Well, I don't know about, but I did try and have been sounding the alarm about this. And the good news is through not just my efforts, many people's efforts in the independent media, not the bought-off lamestream fake media, and not Fox News. Come on. At best, it's controlled opposition on its best day. Just remember, who pulled the plug on what was happening with that counting in November of 2020? Right. The bottom line is the independent media, with your help and your networking through your friends and families nationwide, and worldwide, frankly, have exposed this fear-driven agenda that they attached to this and this, okay? And that narrative is falling apart at the seams. How do I know that? because over the past couple weeks, past couple months, but in particular the past couple weeks, the blowback, the negative garbage coming not just at me, but other people I speak with that have been networking this information about whatever you want to call it, the deep state, the New World Order crowd, the thugocracy, the criminal international banking, whatever you want to call it, have been utilizing for the past couple of years, which was based on Obamacare. What's happened the last couple months, and in particular the last couple of weeks, the blowback has diminished significantly to the point where they're playing defense now. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to drop another shoe, and I believe they are, and I'm going to tell you what I think that is. I've spoken about it before. I'm going to speak about it more at length today. The bottom line is, as this narrative implodes, we can't go back to 1993, what I encountered, and have people go, oh, accept the victory. Just, wow, be grateful. Let's just walk away. Just chill out, and let's just let nature take its course. No, because you'll play right into their hands again. Because I think they're going to drop something else. And they've given a hint. Remember, they see us all as useless eaters. They see us all as in the shower, and they're going to flush the toilet, and they tend to give a little heads up before they flush the toilet while we're in the shower. They did this in October 2019 with their little summit that they held in New York City, right? And they're doing it again. And Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum has outlined this. Remember when he talked about a cyber pandemic about 6 months ago? First they talk about it, then they hold their little summit, and then it hits. They did the same thing with this, right? They talked about it in 2017. Remember Fauci? Oh, the next president is going to be facing the pandemic. 2017, 2019, they hold their little meeting, October 2019, and then what hits? Well, here they go again. They had Klaus Schwab talking about it 6 months ago. And now they've had their meeting. We got to be vigilant. IMF, World Bank, and 10 countries held alarming simulation of global financial system collapse. This is what I think is coming. Schwab talked about it 6 months ago. Here it comes. This out of Zero Hedge. The report described that Israel led a 10-country simulation of a major cyber attack on the global financial system in an attempt to increase cooperation that could help to minimize any potential damage to financial markets and banks. Quote, it was centered on a catastrophic scenario in which hackers were 10 steps ahead of us, according to one official who took part. Dubbed, quote, collective strength, end quote, the exercise was held in Jerusalem and included the participation also of the United States, the United Kingdom, the United Arab Emirates, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Thailand. Officials from the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the Bank of International Settlements were also involved. How special. The financial geopolitical gaming simulation was set amid a scenario where sensitive data was leaked on the dark web, which combined with fake news reports going viral across societies, resulting in the collapse of global markets and an ensuing run on banks. Further, the simulation envisioned a series of devastating hacks targeting global financial exchange systems, which also disrupted transactions between importers and exporters. There you go. This is their next shoe, because their current narrative is falling apart. And they set the table with the panic and fear agenda already there to paralyze you. See, that's what this is about. They use fear to paralyze you, to get you on your couch, sitting at home all locked down. Oh, I'm going to see what's on MSNBC, CNN, Fox. I'm going to watch. See, it's all garbage they're feeding you. Because it's meant to mess you up and to make you an easier victim. That's what this is about. Don't buy into that. So what do? You know it's coming. It's coming. Protect yourself. on this past Sunday's radio show. We had Trader Steph talking about this. We had Ed Steer talking about it. We had Pat Wood talking about it. Protect yourself. Storable food, storable water. Hard assets. Look at what the globalists are doing. They're buying real estate, food producing real estate. There's a reason why Gates is doing that in a huge amount. The big boys, the banksters, what are they doing? They're buying precious metals. They're suppressing the paper price, but they're buying the physical metals, gold and silver. Why? Because in times of absolute distress, the entities that hold their value and accentuate their value significantly are hard assets. Single most effective thing you can do. In addition, networking this information to everyone you know and love. The more people that are educated, the more people that are empowered, the more people that are protected from this next shoe. I go into far greater depth than I can on this platform at this point through my Operation Freedom Briefing, which is free, which is on the website. And if you go further down the page, you'll see the archives to Operation Freedom Briefings. You can get all the ones I have there for free. So don't give me this, oh, I can't afford a subscription. Okay, fine. Fine. Let me tell you something. You want to know how you can afford a subscription, not to this platform, but to many other independent platforms? Dump your cable bill. They're feeding you full of garbage. I just saved you $100. So now you got $100 that you normally would spend being propagandized that now, so you got $9 for our platform, and what do you got? You got 91 other bucks to spread around to the independent media to empower yourself. Get off that propaganda freight train that's going to run you over with the bought-off lamestream fake media, and that includes Fox. Single greatest thing you can do for yourself this year is dump your cable and follow the independent media exclusively. I hope you'll join us at DaveJanda.com. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Heads up. Thanks for your time today.